Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1. Complete domination for maybe 70 minutes, 75 minutes of a 90-minute football, 95-minute football match. They had 0 shots on target first half, Kenny. And ever since we've come back from Dubai, league-wise, you've seen goals galore, mate, other than Porto. Obviously, you weren't there. So hopefully on your birthday, mate, you're going to see us qualify with loads of goals.
The thing about it is, I said it openly. I haven't kept it a secret. I do think that we're more suited and more built to actually mount a challenge for the league. I think psychologically, we want it more because of what happened last season. You know, the tempo and the way we play is conducive to winning games, a canter in this league. And, you know, as opposed to Europe, where I don't think that the tactics we used, the sort of tempo of the game really suited us, you know, and there's probably issues in terms of like team selection, which, you know, pat the manager on the back, he rectified it because he did start with Jorginho. He left that Trossard. Some people may say it's harsh, but, you know, I spoke to my brother, I actually saw a tweet from someone I got a lot of time for, and they were questioning Trossard's, you know, how do I say it, Trossard's makeup in this team in terms of where, you know, how he is in terms of the build-up of play. That, yeah, he's good finisher and everything, but they feel that he was like kind of the weak link in terms of like linking up with other players. So maybe that's Mikel's fault as well this game, because he's played Kai Havertz, and you know we look more fluid with Kai Havertz up top. Jorginho is you know keeping the ball like we know he can, and we play. Yeah, definitely, and it's a high tempo as well. You know, I said it before. We knew Newcastle were going to play the Newcastle way that we've been accustomed to under Eddie Howe, especially when he plays the big teams, putting men behind the ball. But if we play at a fast tempo, as you said, for the first 78 minutes, Newcastle found it very difficult to cope. You know, the fact that they made 5 substitutions screams the fact they couldn't cope. And, you know, and that's testament to the way we played. And that's how we're going to have to play moving forward. And we're going to have to be brave as well, because there's going to be times where people are going to expect us to play a bit differently against Man City. I respect that. And against Man United to a certain extent, Tottenham. But I think the way we're playing right now, we look like we can't be beaten when we're playing this tempo, and you know, and playing this attractive attacking football at high pace. No one can live with us, kind of in terms of like a physical sense or stroke athletic sense. And I think that's why I do feel we're more built for this campaign as opposed to Europe. But you know, the problem with the quagmire, or maybe the situation where it does cause confusion. And it is a dilemma. We win the league, it scratches the itch that we've had for 20 years, and it also lessens the blow and lessens the pain from last season. But to be an elite club, you have to win the club of the big ears. So, you know, that's kind of the dilemma that the club had. But, you know, in saying that, you know, our fan cam for the Wednesday game is a lot more different than it is today.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, miles better than, mate. Listen, Wednesday was a shit show.
It was
an absolute disgrace. Yeah, and do you know what? When I see the starting 11 today, I was like, why has he put Jorginho in there to control a midfield against a team that ain't going to come and play football? Yeah. Why didn't he do that against a team that are going to press us? Because we brought him to control the midfield. He showed his quality. So I thought he was man of the match by a mile, mate. He was, 100%. I thought Kivior was a close second, but
as I said before, you know, like you mentioned 2 key players. I think the second one, which is just as poignant, is Kivior. Now, Kivior, you know, exemplifies my point about us being more quick to win this league in terms of our makeup than Champions League. Kivior struggled on Wednesday. Yeah. Because it was a different caliber of play he was playing against. You know, there was more requirements for him to actually contribute in terms of, on the ball than there was today, where he had to do pure and utter defending. You know, and you know, like I said, contribute set pieces, which is what we're going to do in the league for the majority of our games. So he is suited. You know, he's one of the things, one-on-one defender, one-on-one defence. You're not going to, you know, make him look stupid. You're not going to round him. But in Europe, it's a different kettle of fish because, you know, teams keep the ball. They change the tempo at their convenience. And I think that's where Kivior struggles. They're normally more skillful. And I think that's the situation. In terms of Jorginho as well, you know, I had my reservations about, you know, whether he'll be sort of player we need. But I never doubted, and I've said it for years, that if you want a player that can keep possession, he's your man. You have to look at
not just his performance at Chelsea, watch Euro 2021 and his contribution to Italy's, comeback in that final. Jorginho was very much at the point of that. And,
I said on my fan cam a minute ago, I was like, the one thing I'll say about Jorginho, despite going 6, 7, 8, 9 games without a game, he always, or not always, but 90% of the time, 9 out of 10 times, when he comes in after 5, 6, 7 games and not playing, normally does pretty well.
Well, I think Jorginho probably could be our very own James Milner in terms of the comparison wise, that he knows he's not going to play every game. But I think maybe, Klopp would probably say to Milner, right, I'm going to, in this game specifically, be ready for that game because I'm going to need you that game. And maybe the same sort of conversation has been had with Mikel and Jorginho, because he's one of those players who's up for every game. But again, it's experience. There is going to be situations where there's going to be horses for courses, and where we are going to play Jorginho because we're going to need him. And there are times when you could play a midfield of Kai Havertz, Odegaard, and Declan Rice. But that's the situation. We have. It's in order for Arsenal to be successful this season, in order to make success a habit, you have to be able not to play one way. You have to have a horses for courses option. And
you've just led me nicely as well to our captain, because he frustrated the life out of me tonight.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But I'll tell you the one thing I will say about him, right? His press, the first line of press, because he looked way off the pace tonight compared to the other players. Yeah, so did Saka, by the way. We'll come to him in a second.
Yeah, right? Of course.
Because obviously Saka scored a cracking goal. But our captain tonight, for that third goal, and we'll come to 29 in a minute as well. Yeah, because I thought that was one of his best games, if not his best game. We'll come to them too in a minute.
Yeah.
Our captain, for that third goal, first line of press, forced them into an error, 29's there, pass it to Saka, and then boom, boom, boom. But he was so frustrating because he did that in the first half and he took a touch. He should have just squared it to 29.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, that's when 29 was behind the ball. But that's the thing. There's going to be if you are like a go-to player, and you're a player that is pivotal to team success, you're not always going to play well. So what you have to do, if you're not playing well, you have to work hard, and that's where Martin does work hard in terms of the pressing of the ball, and that's what endears him to his teammates, especially the defenders, because that the buzzword now is football is that you have to press high up the pitch. Everyone wants to play the Gegen style of Klopp because it works miracles. Spurs' Ange ball is basically the Gegen ball when the team have possession, and they do tend to play in inverted plays. Doggy and Porro, and both all the top teams are playing the same way. One of the reasons why Man United are in the situation they are because they don't play Gegen ball. And that's the situation.
They play ping pong. That's what they play. It's like table tennis. Backwards.
But if they had players with the same sort of attitude and the same sort of physical makeup as their rivals in Arsenal, Tottenham,
they'd be a lot more close.
Man City and Liverpool, they would be a lot better because that is the way to go. You have to be able to press the opposition mistake. The opposition don't like it. They want as much time on the ball as ever, and you can't let teams have time on the ball. It doesn't matter whether it's Man City or Burnley.
You have to do it in a structured way as well, because you can do a team press and then you get a ball over the top like Leeds under Bielsa. Yeah, where everyone's pressing under a mile now. One ball you clean through, or you do it like we done it tonight.
Again, that's to make up the Premiership. The press, the Gegen press that all teams seem to be adopting. In Europe, the onus is not to do the Gegen press because teams do accept being out of position. European football is more about shape and tempo, and being able to change the tempo when you're in attack, and that's something we have mastered away from home. But I'm sure when we play at home, we'll play our normal style. But moving forward, we have to concentrate in the league. Sheffield United is the next opposition. They are crap. We are going to beat them, but we have to basically cricketing term. When you've got the foot in the throat, don't let them come up for air. That's what we have to do. No mercy.
100%. They're going to park everyone in the. Let's before we wrap this up, let's talk about two of our goal scorers tonight. One that got the second goal. He should have killed the game as well. He missed a 1-on-1.
Oh no, that flag went up. That was offside.
Oh, was it offside?
Yeah, flag went up.
Okay, yeah. So you see this at the game. We didn't see that on the TV.
No, see that the flag went up.
He looked mad energetic tonight. That was one of his best games tonight.
Well, he does.
Talk about him and then talk about Saka as well, because I thought Saka was poor. Yeah, but that
Yeah,
goal
but
was
it's good.
crazy. That was the best goal.
But I think the thing with Kai Havertz, he's playing in the better team now. You know, as much as he's like a Chelsea legend because he scored in the Champions League. Another example why Chelsea can be seen as the league because they won the Champions League twice. He was pivotal to that. But he's going to look better. He's going to play well. He's going to want to not come out of this team because he generally believes that we have more than a puncher's chance of winning this league. I do think that probably is our priority. So you are going to see better performances. We're getting closer and closer. Let's face it, Kai's an international as well. He's played big games. That's what we bought him for, There's no way he's going to come off the bench when you pay £65 million for him. He has to start games. You're going to have to find a position for him. But when he does get his chance, he's got to deliver. In terms of Bukayo Saka, I think what we're seeing for Bukayo Saka is that we're going to probably sacrifice consistent performances as long as he puts the ball in the net. And he's done it today. And, you can't knock it. He's, since Dubai, he hasn't stopped scoring. And I think that's going to have to be your lot. I think in terms of like bigger contributions, we're probably going to look more for them. Man City away, where we're going to definitely judge them. Spurs away and probably Man United. But in terms of like his performances, I think the manager knows that, he's going to find it difficult. But I think the manager says, right, you're a part of that conversation. It was world-class. World-class players don't just perform week in, week out. They have to score as well. And he is still, a top goal scorer somehow. He is. And I think Kai's not too far from the goal charts as well. So, the question for everyone who, discusses Bukayo is, would you sacrifice the consistency for regular goals? That's the question we have to ask everyone.
Yeah, facts. And on that bombshell, make sure you get yourself home safely, mate. I know it's a bit chilly down there as well in London.
Oh, it's what they keep on saying. For the last for a month, they said it's the snow in England. I haven't seen an ounce of snow. What I have seen is quite a bit of rain.
Yeah, there you go. Get home safely, mate. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. We're out of it, guys. Laters.